Hey, before we get into the podcast, I just want to thank this week's sponsor. This week's sponsor is Sock Panda. They are a monthly sock subscription service, and I have personally bought them for members of my family, specifically my daughter. She absolutely loved them. Once a month, she'd be able to go out to the mailbox and get a new pair of socks, and it was always a surprise on like what they were. Sometimes it was like a surfing squirrel, and other times there were aliens. It was just pretty much all sorts of socks for everything you could possibly imagine. And they have men's socks, women's socks, tween socks, kids socks, and you can go on and you can purchase just one set, or you can get a subscription, and it makes for a great gift. And we're heading into the holiday season, and supply chains are an issue, so this is going to be a great gift that gives for the whole year or 6 months or however long you want to sign up for the sock subscription. And even better than that, the Sock Panda team is dedicated to using its socks to make the world a better place. The company donates socks to those in need for every purchase. As of today, the company has donated over 141,000 pairs of socks to homeless shelters, low-income senior centers, hospitals, and underprivileged classrooms throughout the country. You can't go wrong with Sock Panda. They make great stuff, and they do great things. And today, they're giving our listeners a 15% discount. So you can go to sockpanda.com/discounts/Inebri-art15 to get 15% off your order. And we just want to say thank you to them for sponsoring the show. And make sure you go there and get some socks for yourself or for your loved ones this holiday season.
Across the line, the Gulf Stream, I've been in Tampa Bay, around the horn, and home again, 'cause that is the sailor's way.
Welcome back to the Old Colony Cast, a podcast about all things Plymouth and surrounding areas. I am your host, Andy, who's going to sit back from the mic a little bit more because I get yelled at when I sit too close. And I am joined today by co-host Hanna.
Hello.
And executive producer. Fish.
Nice.
You're an executive now.
Does that mean if we're a tie? Because
No, that means
I don't want to wear a
a
tie.
corner office. That means go sit in the corner.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
and they're going to put boxes behind you, build a little cardboard fort. That's your office.
Can't I just get a pillow fort?
Nope. We don't have... I've seen what pillows go for at Hannah's work, and we don't have that kind of budget.
Yeah, that's fair.
They are pretty expensive.
I'm borrowing the cardboard for your office, so be happy.
Oh, man.
So, Hanna, did we research something that we talked about?
Yeah.
And what are we talking about today?
Heck yeah, I did. We're going to talk about the Boston or the Massachusetts ban on Christmas.
The Massachusetts ban. On Christmas?
On Christmas.
This is a war on Christmas. So this was led by Democrats, and it ended in 2016. I saw this on the news.
Oh, you know about this one?
Yeah. It ended in 2016, right?
No, I did not.
So what are you talking about?
We are talking about the Massachusetts Bay Colony.
Okay.
Which was a while ago.
It was a little while ago.
It was a ways back.
Yeah. It was 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, and the Puritans there who pushed to ban Christmas because of many reasons. I'm going to tell you some of them. But starting with, and foremost, that it was already banned in England.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't say yeah like you knew that, Fish.
I feel like
Hannah's the
probably did.
researcher.
No, see, I at least knew this was coming, so I at least looked at it.
See,
Yeah. So the Puritans,
Take some fun out of it.
they took control of the throne in 1647.
Okay.
And you know the Puritans.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
They're sticklers.
They're uptight, to say the least.
So
You don't invite them to, your toga parties.
no.
No matter how good their chili is, Andy.
I mean, how good is their chili?
So Christmas was not biblically directed or anything like that.
Well,
It's not.
Christmas being a religious thing was kind of co-opted from Saturnalia and other pagan things.
Yeah, and the Feast of Sol Invictus and all that fun
God,
stuff.
Did you guys research this?
No,
Do you guys want to talk about
I
it?
just know stuff. I know I don't seem smart.
So yeah, it was, but it wasn't specifically. If you haven't read the Bible, it doesn't say anywhere hey, you have to celebrate Jesus' birthday.
Yeah.
Right. It actually doesn't say
Santa Claus is not in the Bible.
No, but it doesn't even say when he was born. It
Nope.
doesn't give a date, a season, or anything. So
And most scholars say it's not in December.
No,
No.
it's
It's like June. Is it June? I don't know why.
think
June.
it's more like
Cancer.
yeah, me and Jesus, me and Christ, crab buddies.
Yeah, it's Jesus a Cancer. So yeah, it was December 25th. Doesn't have
It's just like near the solstice.
biblical
It's
significance
convenient, yeah.
at all. And you're right. Saturnalia was the Roman pagan holiday. What was the other one you just mentioned?
The Feast of Sol Invictus.
Nice. You know what I thought came before all this?
Black Friday?
I was wrong. No. Cold Friday.
Go back and listen to the last episode.
So I was under the impression that Yule was like very old, and obviously Yule comes from other things too. Like everything is just adapted from
Right.
original things. But Yule was after the death of Christ and actually started around the time Christmas did.
Okay.
And I didn't realize that. I thought Yule is the oldest thing ever.
I mean, Christmas, as we know it, is typically the Christian religion being like, hey, worship us, you need to worship us. And then be like, well, we have this tradition of decorating a tree. They're like, yeah, fine, bring
Yeah.
that in. Bring
well-
that in. We
Yeah.
have this decoration, this
Right.
tradition of like putting up stockings. Like, cool.
Cool,
Like, bring
yeah.
that over here.
And
Well-
also, I think it kind of helped sell that
Yeah.
too a little bit,
'Cause
because
they're
it's like,
like,
we have it too.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you do the song thing?
Yeah.
We do the song
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I mean, early Christianity's whole thing was taking something people were already doing and then just slapping Jesus on it.
Sliding it over
Yeah.
to the side.
You do the Santa Claus thing?
Like-
we totally
Yeah.
have a Santa Claus thing, right?
Right.
Oh, come on. At least Santa Claus was like an actual saint.
Yeah, well, that's a Coca-Cola thing. We know that.
Well, the design, yeah.
Go back and listen to the first department store Santa.
Yeah.
All I'm going to do is pitch old episodes.
That was a long time ago, too. So the first Christmas wasn't celebrated until the 4th century.
Mhm.
And so it's not like it was celebrated immediately after the life of Jesus Christ.
Do you think Jesus celebrated his birthday?
There was no Carvel ice cream cake.
Look, I'm not saying he got like a
There was
Fudgy the Whale.
Hang on,
I'm
there's
just
no happy birthday song. There were probably presents. Presents were probably a thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, that doesn't really
Frankincense
sound...
and myrrh.
Yeah.
His first birthday, from what I know, was celebrated.
I mean, he got some cool gifts.
His
I mean,
born day.
his born day.
Yeah, you could say that's
That's a
birthday.
stretch. That's a stretch.
I mean, it's more date of birth than
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
yeah, born day. You know, everyone talks about that. What was the born day of your kids? Oh, I know the born day of my kids.
Because it's not like it was the day he was born. It was not a birthday.
Yeah, it's literally your birthday.
Yeah, but that's, you know.
But
Quite literally.
Yeah,
but
but
it wasn't his first birthday.
No, it was
his,
not.
It was his
Day
first
of birth.
birthday.
Yeah. It's his only birth day.
Yeah.
You would get rebirthed every year, Hannah.
Well,
I mean, he did get baptized.
no.
and
That's
I
not.
didn't.
That's not.
I know he did.
Oh.
But that's not a birthday. That's baptism. It's totally different.
I was like, I thought you said, well, you do get baptized. And I was like, not everyone. What are you talking about? I misheard
I
you.
meant him, not.
All right, let's get back into it.
Anyways, ban on Christmas.
Minister Increase Mather was
Wait, what was his first name?
Increase.
That's what I thought you said. I'm like, I couldn't have heard that right.
No,
Yeah.
Did
no.
her brother decrease?
What, you think the Roosters are the only ones who pick random words out of the Bible and
Yeah.
slap it on your kid?
Yeah,
I
so
love
he
it.
had a brother that played hockey. His name was In the Crease.
Increase Mather.
And that's why the goal didn't count. But anyway.
He was, I mean, to put it lightly, grossed out by the idea of Christmas.
Mhm.
And at the thought that so-called Christians would adopt, like, such a loud celebratory thing that was not even part of the Bible directive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
He was
Yeah.
just like, this is awful.
Well, yeah, they're Puritans. Their whole thing is if it's not written down, then it doesn't count. We don't do it.
And,
Right.
and there's a lot of traditions that are very, loud.
Yeah.
Is it Bacchanalia? Is that when they went and, sang carols and, trashed people's houses?
Yes,
Yes.
we're going to talk about that.
Oh, sorry. See, I jumped ahead.
Oh
Woohoo!
my god! Oh my god! Oh my gosh! So yeah, I mean, it was Puritans truly saw it as a Catholic takeover, a Christian takeover of already existing pagan holidays that
Yeah.
didn't need to be celebrated. So obviously, the big issue was that the merriment. The Puritans hated merriment.
Don't have fun.
No, None.
There's no fun in Christmas.
No fun.
No crying in baseball. There's no fun in Christmas.
No funs. None.
Yeah.
You guys watch What We Do in the Shadows?
Oh, I haven't seen the show. I've seen the
So
movie.
good.
I've
I'm
heard
like
really
a
good things.
season behind.
There's so many things that like I'm trying to watch right now.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I'm
my
trying to get
no
through Wheel.
funs. None.
Is that yeah?
It's a play on words, but
Okay.
it's totally lost on you both.
Fair.
So sorry.
I'll have to add that to the list of 1,000 things I gotta watch.
Yeah, they really wanted just the merriment cut out of the celebration. Drinking, gathering songs, rowdy behavior, gambling was a big no. And
I'll hear that.
yeah, and the Puritans were just appalled. Just truly appalled. So obviously they were pushing to get it
Can we
banned.
cut in the gas from the last episode?
Probably.
And what was the tradition you just mentioned?
Bacchanalia?
Yeah. So
That's like my kind of tradition. I think.
yeah. So people would get dressed up. They mentioned that women would dress as men and men would dress as women.
Okay.
But I think it was just people getting dressed up altogether.
Sure.
Similarly to Halloween,
Right. And go door to door.
you go door to door. You'd ask for treats, but
Yep.
the treats were food
And booze.
and booze. And in turn, they'd sing songs and stuff like that. But if someone was refusing to...
They would flip the table.
yeah. If someone was refusing to give them stuff or didn't give the group enough stuff...
Yeah.
So, like, imagine a bunch of drunk people being like, no, we want the...
No, I wanted tacos, man.
We want
tacos. I want tacos.
And like, they had to
Who
give
does
them,
that?
like, stuff, too.
Oh, I'm getting
So
a flashback.
they said there were some groups that, like... You know how you went to the houses that served? They handed out...
Oh, the best food?
No,
The full-size candy bar.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
So they went to the houses that had the best stuff. Like, they would just ask for your things, too. It wasn't just food.
Can I have that urn on the
Yeah.
on the fireplace? That's grandma. I know. I want it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So if you didn't comply, then they would rip your house to shreds.
Yeah.
And
It's crazy.
I know. And there's a... Have you heard of the one, like...
Damn socialists.
Have you heard of the one in Wales that's kind of like that, but someone brings a skeleton?
Yes,
of a dead
the skeleton.
horse?
Yeah.
Of a dead horse?
Yeah.
No.
And
It's not like a real horse
It doesn't matter.
it's a
anymore.
It's a horse skull.
Yeah.
That's someone puts like a sheet around it.
Okay.
And they
Yeah.
go- and it's the
Because
same
that's like a
idea.
character of some kind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
okay.
you have to, like...
I have heard of that.
They go and sing, and they're like, "Give us treats," and blah blah blah, and then they
Let's do that this year.
And you have to have, like, a rhyming contest.
Yeah. Yes.
Or, I mean, let's call it what it is. It's a battle rap.
Yes, they rap battle.
Let's get a horse skull and battle rap in people's houses, and then we destroy their house.
Oh my gosh!
Hannah, what's your address again?
I almost just gave it to you. I'm glad I hesitated, but I was literally about to be.
We would have edited that out.
Yeah.
Then we still would have been at your house with a horse skull.
I mean,
Well-
I know.
So yeah, they'd ransack people's houses.
Yeah.
So that was a big, like, for the Puritans, just something they got to say, look at all the mayhem this is causing. And they were a part of the legislature and like the government that was the Mass Bay colony at that point. The
Yeah.
courts. So it wasn't just like a group of them coming up to like protest. Well, it was that, but they were also part of that system.
Right.
yeah,
So-
the people coming to protest was like... I think... Wasn't Increase a judge?
Increased Mather? I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I know his...
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he was... Like, these are not, like, just the people. These are the people in charge.
right,
charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were rich white men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As always.
Yeah.
So, in 1659, the General Court of Massachusetts Bay Colony made celebrating Christmas a criminal offense with the punishment of a 5-shilling charge if you were caught celebrating.
And what would 5 shillings be in today's money?
Oh, okay.
You know I was going to ask.
I know.
that.
What year?
1659.
So you should have already been pulling up Google.
So, the law is as quoted, whoever shall be found observing any such day as Christmas or the like, either by forbearing labor,
Forbearing labor.
feasting on, or feasting on any other way. Maybe I wrote that down wrong. Either way. Because they didn't think you needed to stop your business on Christmas.
Oh, so like if you take the day off.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's an interesting thing.
They were of the, if it's a regular day and there's no reason to celebrate, you should be at work, you should be home praying.
So
That's it.
No ugly Christmas sweater parties.
No.
Which I have a great one this year.
So,
Very
you
excited.
do?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. For roughly, it is 5 shillings is about 3 days' pay.
Okay.
Worth about...
3 days pay is huge.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. That's a lot. Yeah.
I mean, like, not cripple you financially, but that'll mess up your Christmas.
Well, the good news is you won't have a Christmas to mess up, so it's fine.
So a lot of people hear this, and when you hear a ban on Christmas, and obviously I told you about the fine.
Okay. It's about $35.
Wait, what? 3
They
days
didn't
pay is not $35.
It was in 1660.
Oh, okay. I got
There
it.
you go.
Yeah.
So.
I was looking for today money fish.
Sorry.
Well, let me keep going on this story,
You keep searching. Get back to us.
When you hear this ban, and I feel like when the headline of it, right, the ban on Christmas, you'd think, I feel like I imagine people in their elf costume getting shackled up for the day.
Yeah.
In the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, the guy got caught celebrating Christmas.
But it's not even that. It's like if you called out a sick. So, like, even if you were sick at work, you'd have to be like, well, I got to go in because otherwise they're going to think I'm celebrating Christmas.
Well, that could be the case, but also, it honestly sounds worse than it actually was.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't that serious. It wasn't like body snatching. There weren't police patrols out for people celebrating Christmas.
Okay.
No, I appreciate the segue of...
go back and listen to the body snatching episode.
I know, I just love the
Trying
connection.
to plug our own podcast.
Oh my God,
as
it's
much
just
as
like when we
possible.
were on Burial Hill.
Anyway.
And Aaron Hernandez celebrated Christmas.
Yeah. So, there were no patrols out trying to catch people celebrating Christmas. Okay. There weren't people going up to doors.
So was it like one of those things that was like a law kind of in law only, like not necessarily in practice? It
was in practice. Like, I mean, I think if you were caught, you were caught. Like, people were still caught.
Yeah.
Few, but it happened. It really was the loudness that the Puritans were so upset about.
Yeah.
So as long as you kept your festivities to a minimum.
As long as you kept your fun to yourself, they don't really care.
Yeah, if you kept it quiet. Oh, that's creepy.
You think it's bad for you? I've got headphones on.
So if you kept it quiet and out of the spotlight, like you could get away with it. You could get away with something.
It was like the don't ask, don't tell of Christmas.
Yeah,
right.
And if you
don't invite me to your Christmas party, and I won't have to rat you out.
If you owned a business, you did have to like keep it open right? Yeah. So people worked on Christmas, but like obviously little after parties and get-togethers and stuff. And it was the loud celebrations that like were the giveaway. So if you weren't doing anything too loud, they weren't gonna like come busting you down for celebrating Christmas like that. But closer to Boston, it was more of a keep a sharp eye. No Christmas celebration around here.
So it was like more in town.
Yeah, and then the further away you were from Boston, the more relaxed the kind of rule was.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you lived in a town where there were less Puritans, like you didn't have to worry about it.
The further away from the seat of power, then you could be like, whatever, man. Like, they're not here.
Exactly.
It's a 3 days ride. I'm not going to deal with this.
I invited the county sheriff, and he's here, so who's going to arrest me?
There's someone like out in what's now like orange mask, and he's the only guy. He's like, let him catch me.
And everyone, even back then, is like, where the hell's orange mask?
No, I doubt it had that name yet, but yeah. So they just wanted silence. They wanted people to respect their beliefs so much that they kept their loudness
oh
out
my God,
of
someone
belief.
went to legislate their beliefs.
Yeah. Church was not separated from state at this point, if you couldn't tell.
Is it now?
Tough to say. So in 1681, with pressure from England, they repealed it because England had already repealed.
England already
was
like, so, backing out is kind of fun.
Right, yeah.
Let's go trash some people's houses.
No. It is kind of nice.
Yeah. The Queen's got some cool stuff. Let's knock on her door.
So, I think it was like 20... What's the math on that? 22 years? What did I say? There's a generation of people that didn't get to really celebrate Christmas.
I feel like prior to this, they really celebrated Christmas.
1659.
And now it's like, oh, it's family and blah, blah, blah. But before that, it was like rowdy good times.
Yeah. 1659 to 1681. So it was
like
a chunk of
30
time.
-ish.
Yeah, chunk of time.
22.
Heck yeah.
It's like 30 years. Shut up, Fish.
I did that so quick.
Fish,
Shocked myself.
what's the shilling? 5 shillings today. Why are you doing math? You have a job to do. You're supposed to be figuring out shillings.
5 shillings in today's pay is $34.42.
That's not 3 days pay, though. You said 3 days pay. Yeah, go back
It was
to the
3 days
workshop.
pay in 1660. In 1660, you made $15 a day and you liked it.
I think we could easily say, what's the average pay times 3?
Yeah.
a day,
I feel like that's what I was shooting for, but I was just trying to like...
He's not.
Yeah.
He's not taking
Be
the
like,
bait.
stop like doing my math.
He's not taking
Yeah.
So...
I'm sorry, fine. $480 a day.
You just made that up.
Yeah, $20 an hour, 8-hour day, 3 days. Okay, I admit you pay pretty. It's skilled trade, but yeah,
Okay. So, for many
just
years...
easy math. What do you want?
For many years after the repeal, it was still discouraged to celebrate Christmas.
So it was repealed, but it wasn't repealed.
Yeah.
It's like, look, guys,
All right.
it's not illegal.
It's not illegal,
But-
we're not doing it.
But it wasn't encouraged.
Yeah.
Right. And businesses still stayed open on Christmas for years and years and years.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And it wasn't until 1856 when it finally became a holiday in Massachusetts, along with a few other holidays, 4th of July being one of them.
Yeah. Arbor Day?
Probably. It was a
I
little
don't know. I
list.
just threw that out there.
4th of July was the only one I was like, yeah, cool. Summertime. I don't know. So,
Anyway, Massachusetts made it legal.
so they made it legal, and really, like, in between that, Christmas was a slow burn.
Into like what it is now.
Yeah, because it was still just looked on shamefully. Like, if you got caught celebrating Christmas, it was still weird. Isn't that weird to think of now?
It's so bizarre.
Like, I don't know. Crazy. So,
Because now it's almost the other way. Where if
Yeah.
you're like, everyone's like, oh, what are you doing on Thanksgiving? You're like, oh, nothing. You're like, well, you can go to my house. I'm like, no, I'm good. That's fine.
I actually don't want to.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm okay.
Yeah. And yeah, it obviously gained a lot of popularity since then, as Puritans did not gain that much popularity.
Because, no offense, guys, you're a little uptight.
Have fallen by the wayside.
They have.
I don't think I know a Puritan, really.
Is that something? There's got to be still like.
There's
some-
got to be someone out there.
Yeah. If you're a Puritan,
But
I
right
feel
in.
like you don't have email. But
Yeah.
email us at oldcolonycast@gmail.com.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't know. And then there were certain things they did celebrate in their own way for certain things. But again, they're Puritans, so it wasn't like loud and proud. And they were very strict.
You're using the term celebrate very loosely.
Yeah.
They're like, have a good day. And like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Take it easy.
Calm down. Don't be so loud.
And I just can't believe it took so long for Christmas to become a regular thing around here. Just based on what it is
I
now.
just feel like everything is on a constant ramp up.
Yeah.
You know, like even when I was a kid, Christmas wasn't like it is now. Like it's not,
Yeah, true.
you know, it just seems like there's this constant like,
There are some things going backwards in Christmas. So I was at my sister's house the other day, and my nephew was making me look through an Amazon catalog magazine.
shut up.
I'm sorry,
really?
what?
A
The
magazine.
wish book?
I
I
yeah.
want it.
I literally was
That's
like,
awesome.
"What's happening here?" And he
That was, I remember when that would show up at my house. That was like the greatest
Yeah.
day in my childhood.
yeah, yeah.
It was a Sears catalog wish book.
Yeah, I literally have no recollection of this. Like,
Oh, you serious?
I know
Oh
it's
my
a thing,
God.
but at no point in my childhood what did it like.
I think if someone,
I know of it as an adult. I
if
do not know of
someone
it like
gave me
as my childhood.
like a 1980 something wish book as like I'll be like, this is the greatest thing anyone's ever get. Like that is like the biggest nostalgia moment.
Yeah.
Like that.
I honestly was shook. I was like, there's paper with pictures for you to pick out. This is insane.
Because it had like all the new G.I. Joe lines, all the new Transformers that you haven't seen yet. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, they were the best thing. And I would circle what I wanted and just like hand the book to my mother.
So just know that exists in some capacity today, but that's for amazing. Amazon. So
hey, I don't care. Like Sears was the Amazon of the 1980s. All right, so you can crap on Jeff Bezos or whoever the hell owns Sears. I don't know who that.
It's Jeff Bezos.
Jim Sears.
Yeah. Sears.
You just ask who's Jeff Bezos?
No.
She said it was probably Jeff Bezos. I said no. I think it was Jim Sears.
He meant of Sears.
Sears and Roebuck.
Yeah. So, I was stunned. We would get sent those magazines, and I'm positive they got instantly like lost and trashed somewhere in our house. But I would have.
My mother would give it to me, and I don't know why.
I used to have to like just remember from commercials because toy commercials ramp up right around Christmas.
Yeah, they do.
So I'd literally like watch a commercial and be like, Stretchy Susie, Stretchy Susie, Stretchy Susie. Like,
Stretchy Susie.
Oh man, Stretchy Susie. I'll show you a picture.
Aren't you like the Sky Dancers ever? Is that?
That's in Ribbon Dancers.
Yeah.
Sky Dancers I feel like was a little bit
They
after
were dangerous.
Me. Yeah, Sky Dancers was after me a little bit. I mean, I would have been fine to have one.
Yeah. But you're like, I'm going to tell my friends I have it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Ribbon Dancers though. And for sure, Stretchy Susie. That thing was awesome.
Stretchy Susie. That was G.I. Joe Kid, man.
Is that like a Stretch Armstrong, but for girls?
No, it was a U-sized doll that you strapped its hands Velcro to your feet, and you could cartwheel with her. And she had two faces.
Yeah. Very cool.
Which I never really understood the two faces, so you could like look at her while you're cartwheeling, but she would also be looking at
someone else, I guess. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, nothing to do with what we just talked about.
No,
well, kind of.
It's all Christmas related, and this is our Christmas episode.
It is.
So we want to wish our listeners a merry holiday of whatever denomination you celebrate.
Yeah, it's currently when this comes out, it will be obviously in December, but right now Hanukkah is going on.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's
the
true.
Third
I
day,
did know this. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. So I mean, everyone's got their thing, and. Just want to wish all our listeners have a happy winter, whatever.
Yeah, happy Cold Friday.
Happy Bacchanalia.
Yeah.
I want to bring Bacchanalia back, which is so funny because I've always heard that word growing up in reference to A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
And didn't
really know what it was.
No, same.
Yeah,
same.
Like you knew it was a Christmassy word.
Yeah, that was actually one of those things that, like, you know how I usually lean my notes over to Fish, and I'm like, how do I say this? So when you said it, I was like, cool, say that again.
But
one more time?
You could literally have like a Christmas podcast about nothing but like Christmas traditions and stories because it encompasses so much that it's never ending.
Yeah.
So, but
thank you, pagans.
Yeah, thanks, pagans. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Fish, what's on? Tell Santa what you want for Christmas, Fish.
I think this is the part where we stop talking.
And thanks for checking out the show today, listeners. If you enjoyed the content today, you can go over to patreon.com/Inebri-art to support the show. You can join over there for just a few dollars a month and help us provide this fun content that you just checked out. You can also email us at Inebri-art.com with your questions, complaints, and concerns, or you can find us on all social medias at Inebri-art or at Inebri-art6 on Instagram. And also don't forget to check out our other shows, Bar Talk Podcast, Old Colony Cast, Inebri-art, and all the other shows on the Inebri-art Network, which you can find at Inebri-art.com. Thanks again for listening.